Hello, let's take a look at your MT10 LT1 seminar. Two things I want you to learn from this seminar is I want you to represent sets of data by using measures of center, otherwise known as measures of central tendency. Notice that's one of our vocabulary words. So central tendency and measures of center mean the same. So we're looking for the center of our data. Okay, then I also want you to represent data by using percentiles. That's one of the vocabularies we're going to learn about. Variable we should know by now, in unknown. We're going to talk about quantitative data and qualitative data, and then mean, median, and mode, which you've done before. But we're going to take it a little bit further this chapter, so we're going to use that as a reminder of what we're going to start with and go from there. Our mean, you can represent that. The symbol is X with a bar over it. We call it X bar. It's the sum of your numbers divided by the total. When we say the word average, this is usually what we talk about. Now, our median is represented with X with a tilde above it. Okay, that's our median. Okay, that's going to be your middle number. If you have two middle numbers, it'll be the average of those two middle numbers. We have to put our data in order. And then to find the middle number, we're going to find the position of the middle number. We're going to count how many numbers we have, n. We're going to add 1, and we'll divide by 2. If it's a whole number, that's it. If it's a decimal, it will be between those two. So for example, if I do n plus 1 and divide it by 2, let's say I get 11.5. That means my median is between the 11th number and the 12th number, so I would add those two if they're different and take the average of them. The third one, mode, doesn't have a symbol because we don't use it very often. It's mostly used with qualitative data. Qualitative data would be like the color of a car, something you can't do algebra with. Okay? It's the one that can be the most often. And so, unlike the mean and median, there can be more than one mode. If there's more than one mode, we call that bimodal or trimodal. Also, unlike the mean and median, there is always a mean and a median. But with a mode, you could have no mode. If everything occurs once, you could have no mode. Or if everything occurs the same exact number of times, like let's say everything occurs 3 times, you could have no mode. Now let's take a look at example 1 here. I want to find the number of laps Sienna swims each day. So to find the mode, I'm going to add them up. So I'm going to do my total here. And so we'll use a calculator here. And let's use our scientific calculator because we don't need anything really complex. So I'm going to go 6 plus 8 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 9 plus 5. And when I do that, notice I get 46. So what happens is my total for x bar, that's going to be 46. And then I'm going to divide by how many I have. Well, if we count here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll take 46 and I'll divide that by 7. So if I take 46 and I divide that by 7, let's use a calculator here, I'll get 6.6. So that is my mean. Now, to find my median, I have to put them in order. So if I put them in order, it goes 4, 5, 6, 6, 2 8s, 8, 8, and 9. Now, I find it kind of boring putting numbers in order. So what I did to help you out here, and let's get out of here, and I got to find my Google Classroom here. Here we go. What happened to my Google Classroom? I don't think that's it. Maybe it is. Oh, that's it, Google Classroom. Okay. And if you go to your Google Classroom, I put a calculator in here to make it easy for you. So if you go to your seminar, notice there's a calculator that will do all that work for you. And just open that up. I don't care what you open it up with. And there is your calculator. Just put your numbers in, if you got a whole bunch of them, that is. Put your numbers in there. The calculator will do all that boring work for you. Now, going back to where we were, to find my median, now to find the position, remember there's 7 numbers. So my position is going to be 7 plus 1 divided by 2, so it'll be the 4th position. So I just count in here 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice my median is 6. So I'm going to say x tilde is 6. Now to find the mode. Notice I have 2 modes. I have 2 numbers that occur more than once. 6s occur twice, and the 8s occur twice. So we're going to say this is bimodal. So then we're going to say our mode is 6 and 8. And there we have it. Now we're going to take a look at which one should we use and why. Well, I'll use my mean if my data don't have any extreme numbers. Any numbers that are really big or really small compared to all my other numbers. I'll use my median if that's true. That is, I might have an extreme number. And I'll use my mode for qualitative data. There'd be some quantitative data if it doesn't make sense. Okay, so for example, let's take a look at example 1 here. Pull it up here a little bit higher. As a wrestling coach, you're listing the weights of all the wrestlers in each category. So if I wanted to describe the center of each category, what would I use? Well, if they're in a category, they're not going to have a bunch of extremes, so I think I would use my mean. Now, you could justify the meaning because they're almost going to be the same, aren't they? Because your middle number, and when you put them in order, and when we add them and divide by, it's going to probably be the same. So I could actually even say the median on that one. Okay, here's an example too. We have a case where we have some really distinct numbers. We have 5 songs every weekday. So for 5 days, I don't know why I put a plus there, maybe trying to mislead you. For 5 days, I'm going to have 5 songs each day. And on the weekends, I'm going to do 4 times that many. So 20 and 20. Now, I've got if I do the mean, I'll get a number that's not in one of my days, is it? I would say your mode would be the best description. And notice your mode is going to be the same as your median, isn't it? So you could even say the median would describe that. Because if I've got 7 days, once again, I'll have my median on the 5th day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just want to make sure I counted right. Okay, so my mode and median are going to be the same number. And that's what I would say for that category, for that answer. What I suggest you would think. Really, you can't get these types of questions wrong as long as you can defend why you chose what you did. So if you can defend, example 2, why you think the mean would be the correct answer, I could probably give that to you if you explain why. But if you just, but I would hopefully you would see that the mode would be better in here.